What's going on, guys? Jared back here with another video. Well, let's see. Obviously, Duke took their first loss last night, 73 to 69. Wisconsin played pretty good. I gotta give them their props. Their crowd was pretty crazy. It was really loud, at least on TV. It was. But Duke did. Wisconsin's a team that regardless of what Wisconsin fans may think or whatever, that's a team that Duke should beat 8, 9 times out of 10. Especially, well, obviously when they're at Wisconsin, Wisconsin's probably going to win a couple more than they should. But start out with Wisconsin. Trayvon Hughes, 26 points. He was incredible. Same thing with Lure, I believe his name is. He had 17 points. One of their big guys who can step back and hit the three. Singler for us was amazing. He single-handedly kept us in it the first half and most of the second half. He had some suspect drives at the end. We'll get into that in a second. But Singler had 28 points. He was incredible in the first half. They could not stop him. And, Nolan Smith, 13 points, Shire, 10, and Andre Dawkins, 12 points, who kept us in the game at the end off the bench. Duke shot pretty well, 45%. It could have. They went, although they did go in the second half. They went 8 minutes without a field goal, and you're not going to win basketball games on the road against good teams with 8-minute gaps between field goals. One thing, obviously, I was really impressed with Andre Dawkins, which I believe in my last video I talked about how I'd like to see him shoot more, and he came on strong at the end there. I don't know where he was the first half. He didn't play very much in the first half. I think he missed a couple defensive. I guess you call it assignments, whatever. But he let a couple. He was just watching a couple of times. The guys drove to the rim, and I think Coach K obviously isn't going to play him if his defense is struggling. Again, Zubek. God, I don't know what he's never been really good when he played for Duke, but I don't ever remember him being this bad. He is terrible, and I would not even play him at all unless you just want him to go in and foul a couple guys. But he was worthless last night, absolutely worthless. Now I think he only played 9 minutes, which that might be 7 minutes too many. A couple things: Duke shot well from the free throw line, 93%. Wisconsin only was 68% from the free throw line. They're normally better than that at home. Duke's defense was really suspect, which both defenses were really suspect. I guess the first 10, 15 minutes of the game, Duke went to the 2-3 zone, and that kind of slowed Wisconsin down. But for the most part, Wisconsin was getting their shots, and you got to give them credit. They were hitting shots when they were open. There were a couple ones that they kind of threw up, which I was hoping wasn't gonna go in, but they did there at the end. But the referees last night, they were suspect for both teams. I thought they missed a couple fouls that should have been on Duke, and I thought they missed a couple key fouls that should have been called against Wisconsin, especially that charge call, or actually the no-call charge, which I thought Singler was in good position when Trayvon Hughes drove there when they were only down by 2, and they ended up calling a blocking foul on Singler. I thought they missed that. But Duke had 11 turnovers. Shire, even though he had 10 points, he didn't do much. He was just kind of standing around. He couldn't get a shot off. Of course, you got to give props to Trayvon Hughes for playing good defense. I thought he did well. But there wasn't much to say other than we didn't have our night. And suspect calls at the end of the game, play calling for Duke. I don't mean fouls, but we had 4 seconds left, and we decided to throw a Hail Mary half court. I don't understand what that was all about. I know we didn't have a timeout left, but I'm sure Coach K probably drew up something better than to throw the ball all the way to half court. You have time to run to get the ball making progress towards your goal, and at least throw up you could get the ball above half court with 4 seconds. So I thought that was kind of weird. And also Singler's drive at the end. I know you want to put the ball in your best player's hand, but why not have Singler drive, have 2 guys come down in on him, and hit Dawkins, who was a hot shooter. But obviously in college basketball, you're not going to win them all. So I was happy that Duke fought back at the end there and got it close. But at the same time, I wish that's one we should have won. But the December 5th, we play St. John's, so hopefully we can get back on track against the Johnnies, and we've owned them in the past, so hopefully we can continue to own. And unfortunately, Duke was the last loss that cost the ACC Big Ten title, or the match or whatever. But I wouldn't completely blame that on Duke. Although we lost, I mean, let's look at Clemson. They blew a 23-point lead in the second half, which, although I like to cheer for the ACC, I can't say I was too upset with Clemson losing because I can't stand the Tigers. But again, congratulations to Wisconsin, and guys, please subscribe to me and leave me comments. Let me know what you think. If any of you guys play Xbox too, you guys want to play, I'll have my gamer tag in the, especially Duke fans that like to play with you, I'll have my gamer tag in the info box. But Panthers suck. My Hurricanes suck in hockey, so hopefully the Dukies have a good year so I can have something to look forward to. See you guys.